Hi, in this particular lecture video, we'll be discussing about experiment number 7, that is second order Butterworth high pass filter. Already in the previous video, I had discussed what is second order and what is Butterworth filters. Right here, high pass filter passes all the frequency above the cutoff frequency, right? So that we call it as a high pass filter, and below this cutoff frequency it will be all the frequency below the cutoff frequency will lower cutoff frequency will get attenuated. So that is the high pass filter. So it can't pass all the frequencies above the this particular pass band won't be infinite. So this will be limited to the op amp bandwidth of the op amp. Okay. So here our aim of the experiment is to design an active second order Butterworth high pass filter. Since we are using active second order Butterworth filter, we will use active component that is op-amp 741 IC for performing this particular experiment. So the components that is required is op-amp 741 IC, resistors, capacitors, connecting wires, breadboard, CRO, signal generator, and we need a variable power supply for connecting plus VCC and minus VE for the op-amp. Okay, this particular figure shows an high pass filter using an op-amp. Here we have the capacitors and inductor. Since we have two R and C and R network, it indicates the second order. As the number of order increases, the roll off will be near to the uh, ideal one, right? Since we are applying the input to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, this op-amp will be acting as an non-inverting amplifier, right? So here RF is an feedback signal which is connected between output to input. So coming to the design of this particular high pass filter, we have chosen the lower cutoff frequency to be 5 kilohertz and the pass band gain of 1.586. Uh, Here we consider C1 to be equal to C3 and R2 to be equal to R3. The frequency of higher cutoff frequency is given by FH, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi root of R into C, 1 by 2 pi RC. Right? Since C is equal to 0.01 microfarad and we know what is cutoff frequency, that is 5 kilohertz. So substituting that, we get R2 equals R3, which is equal to 3.3 kilo ohms. That means we get 3.18 kilo ohms in order to get an in order to get the exact value, we go with 3.3 kilo ohms resistance, because 3.18 kilo ohms resistors is not available. Because of that, we go with 3.3 kilo ohms resistors. We know that again, since it is an this particular circuit will be connected in non-inverting amplifier mode, the gain of this particular will be given as EF will be equal to 1 plus RF by R1, right? RF by R1. Since AF is 1.586, already we have discussed, gain is 1.586. So if you substitute that, we get RF will be equal to 0.586 into R1, right? So choosing the value of R1 to be 10 kilo ohms, we get RF which is equal to 5.86 kilo ohms. We don't get the standard value of resistance, that is 5.86. Therefore, we choose a standard value of resistance, that is 5.6 kilo ohms. Coming to the procedure, first we have to make the connection as shown in the circuit diagram. Once the connection is made, then we'll be applying a sinusoidal signal of 2 volts peak to peak. So here we will be applying a sine wave of 2 volts peak to peak using a signal generator, and we have to connect the power supply uh, plus and minus 15 volts for the op amp, and then we have to vary the frequency from 100 hertz to 100 kilo ohms, sorry, 100 kilohertz. 100 kilohertz. We have to vary the frequency from 100 hertz to 100 kilohertz, and then we have to note down what output we are getting, right? So first we will be applying a frequency here, which is 100 hertz to 100 kilohertz, and then we'll note down the output, and then we'll be calculating gain, that is output by input. we get the gain. If you want to calculate the gain in decibels, we'll be using 20 log V naught by Vi. So we get gain in decibels. Once we get the gain in decibels, then we have to plot the graph. Using semi-log sheet, we'll be drawing the graph on frequency versus gain in decibels. And then we have to note down what theoretically designed frequency, and we have to see the what is the frequency that we are getting at 3 dB decibel point on the graph. So that will be our practical frequency, and then we have to check for the roll-off factor. Theoretically, it will be 40 decibels for second order filters. Practically, we have to find what roll off we get for this particular second order. So how to find in the sense for every 10 decade of frequency. For example, say you are varying your frequency from 100 hertz to 1 kilohertz. So this indicates this will be our one decade, right? One decade frequency. So for one decade of frequency, how much gain has been varied? How much gain is getting varied? So that represents the roll off. So this roll off should be found in attenuation band. It should be found in attenuation band, not in pass band. Keep in mind, we have to find this roll off in the attenuation band, not in pass bands. Okay, so this is all about the uh, second order Butterworth high pass filter. Thank you.